Hi everyone. Today we are going to review this movie called Love Insurance Company, and it's a Tamil movie directed by Vignesh Shivan, starring Pradeep Ranganathan and Kirti Shetty. She's my favorite, of course, yeah. So I went to watch this movie for her. So I get it when why people were feeling a certain way with this movie, that it's a kind of a bit boring, and it does miss Vignesh Shivan's essence. Right, I totally understand their feeling, and also believe that I know the right reasons why they would feel that way, and they are not completely wrong at all. First things first, the movie is not for everyone, and then who do you think the movie is for? If you ask me that question, I would say that if you're someone who is okay with Gen Z's behavior and also is open and not someone who feels awkward around Gen Z, then this movie might work for you. If you are someone who's traditionally rooted and don't relate to this lifestyle, what the movie portrayed, then you might feel, what is this, bro? Even for me, there were a lot of terms which I couldn't really understand what the movie was trying to say, because there were terms like benching, cuffing, and all of that. I couldn't completely relate or even understand them. But I would say one thing, that those didn't stop me from watching the movie. I tried understanding what the movie is trying to say beneath all of this. Now, let's come to the reason why people call it cringe. At certain places, the slang keeps repeating and it might make you feel oversaturated. And the difference between the organic world and the digital world, the difference is not subtle, it's extremely loud. So, naturally, when something feels forced or unnatural, people reject it, and that's why they call it cringe. But what they try to actually say is, this doesn't feel natural to me. Now, instead of asking if this is real, I tried asking, what is the movie trying to say? And trust me, that really changed my experience, because the movie is trying to talk about something very real. We are constantly on the phone, and we let the apps decide how we feel, who do we connect with, how we think. Everything inside the phone starts feeling like reality when it's not true. The movie is just exaggerating this to show that this is where we are heading, and it's not to show that this is the world, but this is where it might go. And I'm not sure if a lot of people have noticed this, but this movie speaks a lot of psychology, not psychology through language, but through behavior. So when I say through behavior, you might wonder, how do I relate it, or how do I understand? The role played by Kirti Shetty shows or depicts this in one exact scene where she enters the organic world and her phone is smashed away right in the entrance, and as soon as she sees beautiful things, her hand starts moving as though she's controlling the camera. And that is how muscle memory works, and that's how human body also has memory. So that is how well written the story is, in terms of detailing out the minute things that people might or might not miss. Visually, I was surprised to an extreme level, because I never expected a Tamil movie to have such good visual cinematic experience provided for the audience. And the level of animation CGI brought out in this movie is extremely good. And there would never be a place where in the movie that you would feel that, oh, this is not working. No, everything felt new, fresh, even the costumes. And since the movie is something taken in a time, I mean, imagined in a time which is far ahead from now, the concept or the clothing style or the proper props that they used for the actor and actresses, and the accessories, everything was new and it completely felt different. And hats off to the team for that. And I really felt that maybe they should have made this film in 3D. That was the one thing that I felt, that maybe if they had made it in 3D, the visual experience would have been completely different. And the team has done a fantastic job with that thing. Coming to the music part felt so refreshing, and I would say it was a very different experience, and it did match the visuals very clearly. And one more thing that I would like to add is that the visuals and the particular song Dima Dima, it was fantastic. Both the visual and the audio experience for that one song was like a statement maker in Tamil cinema in recent times. And to be honest, the movie is not perfect, but it worked. There are few places where it feels over repetitive and few concepts are overused, and I would say the contrast was very loved. Also, there is one gap that I feel that has come out in the movie is that the friend of the heroine is someone who's very open minded and talks about open friendships and all of that. But at the same time, if you see the hero who's so traditionally rooted, also there is a lot of concepts, new concepts that the movie talks about. But the hero is very traditionally rooted and he is not aware of much of those things. I'm not sure if this is a gap or it was intentionally meant to be that way to show the contrast. So overall, my take is simple. If you watched on the surface, you might feel it is cringe, but if you step back and see what the movie is trying to say, then you might understand what the movie is actually trying to convey to the people of this generation who are almost lost in the digital world. But before we lose ourselves completely, go watch this movie, and this movie will be soon available in OTTs. See you with the next review.